Howdy everybody, it's Amy here from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting. How are you doing today? I've got a video that's a little bit different than the norm. I thought it would be useful to put together a gift guide. If you're a diamond painter and watching my channel regularly, you probably aren't the target audience for this video, but your friends and family and loved ones who are always asking you what they should get you for Christmas or birthday or whatever occasion, this is for them. So if you feel like the information in here is worth sharing with them, then go right ahead, share the links to this video, and let's see if we can get you guys goodies for diamond painting that you will enjoy. So I'm going to do this in pieces. I'm first going to talk about diamond paintings and then different accessories out there that can be bought for your favorite diamond painter. But first I thought I'd start with the main advice for throughout this entire video, or the whole idea behind gift giving for diamond painters. So the best thing you can do when you're trying to figure out what to get your diamond painter is first look at their stash and work area. That's easier to do if you live with your favorite diamond painter, but there's a lot that you can notice about what they're working on, what their canvases are like, what accessories and supplies they prefer and that they're already using. You can learn a lot just by looking at their stash and work area. So I'm going to show you a few pointers on that. And then the second overall piece of advice is ask and listen, because usually your diamond painter friend or loved one will be talking about it a lot, especially if it's a craft they really enjoy. So you can pick up on a lot of little bits and pieces of information just from listening and also asking a few questions. So that's the main thing to keep in mind throughout all this, is look at what they're working on and ask and listen. So let's start with part one of this. Let's talk about diamond paintings as gifts. My main advice on diamond paintings as gifts is don't do it. I know that may sound weird because this is a diamond painting gift guide, but there are two exceptions where you might actually purchase a diamond painting for somebody, and that's either you know exactly what they want because they've let you know, and it's a particular canvas or artist or company that they have assured you that there's something in particular there they want. That's the first exception. The second one is a custom diamond painting, where you pick a photo of someone or someplace special, or maybe even a pet, and have a custom diamond painting made of a special memory. And I'll talk about that a little bit more later because there are a few things to keep in mind with that. So overall, you probably don't want to buy a diamond painting for your diamond painting special person. And why is that? Well, there are a lot of reasons. First of all, how well do you know their stash? And we call a stash a collection of diamond paintings that we bought because we really like them, really want to work on them. We were afraid they were going to sell out, and we haven't gotten to them yet. So they're piling up somewhere in our house, under our bed, in a closet, on a bookshelf somewhere. Most diamond painters have a stash, and depending on the size and makeup of that stash, if you find a diamond painting that you like, that you think maybe they'll like, they may already have it in their stash, or they may have passed over it for a reason. And if you get them a diamond painting that they're just not in love with because they already have so many to work on, it'll end up piled at the bottom of that stash, and they may either never get to it, or it'll be 2 or 3 years from now, which might disappoint you since you worked so hard to get them that gift, or it may end up in what we call a D-stash group. And that's a Facebook group where diamond painters sell and trade their stash to get things that they want. So you don't want to buy them a diamond painting that ends up in their stash that sits there for a really long time. So if you're going through Walmart or the craft store and you happen to just see a diamond painting on the shelf and say, "Oh, my friend likes diamond painting, I like this one, I'll get that for them," it may not work out so well, because You may not know what's in their stash. They might already have it. But also another thing to keep in mind is that diamond paintings come in different types. The two main types are square and round shaped diamonds. So I have this just sitting in the background since I'm mostly talking right now, but this is a round diamond painting. So the little diamonds on here are round. Some people prefer rounds and rounds alone and don't like squares. Other people prefer squares, which are little diamonds that are in a square shape that fit right up next to each other. Some prefer squares and don't like rounds, and some don't care as much and will take either one. So if you don't know whether they like squares or rounds or both, you could be buying a diamond painting that they're not going to do because the drills are the wrong shape. So that's another reason why you might not want to buy it. Another one is licensing. There are issues surrounding budget-friendly diamond paintings versus premium company diamond paintings, and the idea of artwork being legally licensed or not, and your special diamond painter person may have very strong feelings about that. So you don't want to get something that's unlicensed that they may feel uncomfortable working on. And another thing is art style. So just because they love animals doesn't mean that any animal diamond painting is good to go. There could be certain types of animals. I know I've heard one diamond painter that has videos that loves animals in glasses. So that's a unique one. But some might like more abstract paintings, some may like more realistic, and some may prefer easier diamond paintings with a lot of what we call multi-placing, or areas with a single color over a large area. And some may prefer confetti, which is a bunch of colors with high detail. Some may prefer small diamond paintings. Some may prefer large diamond paintings. So there's just so much of a variety there that it's hard to know exactly what your loved one or friend may really like unless you know them really well and know their stash really well. So all that to summarize, don't buy a diamond painting for your diamond painter unless it's a custom or you know exactly what they want. Okay, so I just told you don't buy a diamond painting for your diamond painting friend or loved one. So let's talk about accessories. And one of the things I actually recommend is to try maybe to put a set of cool accessories together for the person. Like a matching set with your favorite color. Maybe they like flowers, maybe they like purple, green, maybe red, white, and blue, maybe something for a special holiday. Maybe they need Christmas diamond painting accessories or Easter pastels. You get the idea. Think of a theme and buy a matching set of accessories, and I bet it will be much appreciated. So within the accessories group, we're going to talk about pens. So I have a visual aid here with some different pens, and again, this is for non-diamond painters. I'm assuming that, so you may not know much about different diamond painting pens. So if you have access to the person's work area, look at what pen or pens they're using, or maybe peek around a little bit, especially if they're not home, and see what kind of pens they have. So this is the basic pen that comes free with diamond painting kits. It's just a little plastic tube. It'll have that little silver or metal end. That's where we put our wax or putty to pick up the diamonds. And sometimes you'll see something big like this at the end. That's what we call a multi-placer. It lets you place several diamonds all at once. And some of the pens will have this little thing, just like our pencils in school back in the old days. This is what we call a squishy, or various other terms. It just makes the pen a little bit easier to hold. It's a comfort grip. So if you see a lot of these around that your diamond painting friend is using, they probably could use a pen upgrade, because these are free and they're not very comfortable to use, but they do the job, just not very well. So what are the choices out there? Well, here's a little pile that I gathered. This pen came free, and it's a cute little Christmas pen, but you can buy lots of different themed pens on a lot of different websites. Check out Amazon or Etsy, which I will talk about Etsy here a little bit more in a minute, or some of the budget-friendly diamond painting companies. And I'm going to put a list of all the ones I work with down below, so that if you need an idea of a budget-friendly or cheaper diamond painting company to order from, just keep in mind that those take 2 weeks a lot of times, maybe even 3 weeks to deliver, especially this time of year with slower mail. So you have to order pretty quick if you're going to use one of the budget-friendly companies. But anyway, I got this one for free. It's got this cute little Santa on the end, and this comes off, and there we go. It's just a basic diamond painting pen, but it's a little more comfortable. The whole thing is squishy, and it's cute and seasonal, so you can find seasonal options out there. Now, if you see these pens, these are from a company called Diamond Art Club. These pens are pre-filled with putty, and they come free with the kits, but they are pretty handy because they do have putty inside that you can twist as you use the putty and get more putty to come out. They're refillable. So if you see this a lot, then they may not need another pen, although having a matching set might be kind of cool. You'll notice that this pen is a little bit thicker than these basic ones and has a little bit of an ergonomic shape to it, a little bit thicker, so that your fingers kind of stay down here where the narrow end is, and you got this bigger, thicker area to hold on to. So that is a Diamond Art Club pre-filled pen that comes free with the kits. They also have this cover. So if your person uses these a lot, they may still need a pen, especially if it's a matching set. So this one right here is like something you can get on Amazon or Hobby Lobby or Michaels or Joanne Crafts. They sell individual pens. These run anywhere from $5 to $7 all the way up to $15 if they come in a case and with several tips. And here's an example here of some of the tips that you can get as part of a diamond painting pen set. So these usually have some sort of swirl. They're made of resin typically, and they have a spot to put a multi-placer at one end, and they have the single placer at the other end. And you can see they do have those curves in that, so they're a little bit thicker, and they do have a spot to kind of put your hands or fingers that's a little more comfortable. So like I said, anywhere from $5 to $7 to as high as 10 or 15 if they come in a little case. And you can get these again just about anywhere in a pinch pretty quickly. You can get them in town if you have a craft store, or you can get them on Amazon, usually with Amazon Prime shipping, but you can also get them on those budget-friendly sites as well, maybe even a dollar or two cheaper. You just have to wait 2 to 3 weeks to get them in. So let's talk about accessories that go with pens and the ends. So this is a little pile of basic accessories that will come with a pen set, and these are all called multi-placers, and you'll see they all come in different sizes, and these are what we use to pick up multiple diamonds at the same time to place in a line. So this is a little multi-placer. They a lot of times have a number on there to indicate how many diamonds they can pick up at once, but you'll see that these are kind of thick on each edge there. These are not the best, but they do come free with various pens, so they're okay. But the better ones are these really thin ones, and that's what I've got on this pen as well, and hopefully you can tell the difference there. These are let me pick an empty one that doesn't have putty in it. These are the thicker metal, these are the thinner ones. So the thinner ones are easier to be more accurate and place them in rows right next to each other. These are kind of thick, and they'll hit the row next to each other, and it's just a little bit harder to place them. So these can either come off of Amazon. Look for the really thin ones. You can tell because they're thin and square on each end versus the rounded ones here. So you can get these on Amazon, or Diamond Art Club is one of the companies that sells these really thin, nice multi-placers. I love my thin multi-placers, so I do buy these from Diamond Art Club from time to time. But a good metal multi-placer set will last a long time. So they may seem a little bit pricey for what they are. If you get one of the good ones, maybe $5 to $10, or if you get a whole set, it could be as high as I don't know, $30 or $40, but they are very good. But that's only if your diamond painter likes to multi-place. Not everybody does. Some of them like to do just single placing. They find it relaxing and they prefer to make their diamond paintings last longer. So maybe you don't have a multi-placer. That's where asking and listening is a good way to find out what your diamond painter friend or loved one prefers. But these are just some options you can buy with these pens, because all of these tips come off and they can be replaced with whatever you prefer. So this is a little bit bigger pen here, and this one I actually bought on the Chinese website called Temu, T-E-M-U, and there are debates about whether people like or dislike Temu. I think I paid $10 for this pen. It is a nice resin pen that has little glitter and flowers on the inside, so really pretty. But you'll notice what happened here, it actually broke. This also indicates why your diamond painter will need more than one pen. This broke because it rolled and fell on the floor. And as you can see here, if you've been watching me watching this other hand throughout the video, I've been trying to keep these pens from rolling and falling on the floor, because if they do, these are resin and they can crack and break pretty easily. So that's why having more than one pen is very useful. Because just because a person has a favorite doesn't mean they're not in need of another one at some point. And they'll be really disappointed if it's 9 o'clock at night and their favorite pen falls on the floor and breaks. But if they have a stash of pens, maybe it won't be quite as bad as if they just lose their favorite pen and don't have a replacement. So I am a little bit sad about this one. I haven't replaced it, but it is a pretty little fun pen to use, and it's even thicker than this one. So you can see the thickness kind of goes up as you get more and more expensive with diamond painting pens. Now this one is an option. This one came free. This came in a Christmas kit that I got at Michael's. Michael's has a diamond painting brand that they sell called Make Market, and some of their Christmas kits came with these free pens. So this one was free, and it's pretty and glittery there, and the ends unscrew. So I am able to replace this end by unscrewing. But this was a pretty good budget-friendly pen, because it was free, for one of the thicker, very ergonomic style pens. So those are some options. Now we'll talk about the more expensive diamond painting pens, and that is what this is. This is a hand-turned pen that I bought on Etsy. So if you're familiar with Etsy, Etsy is an online superstore of small companies, small self-employed people usually, or small businesses of crafters. So there has been some infiltration on Etsy of commercial companies, but for the most part, Etsy has a lot of things being sold by crafters, and they're using that money. They especially look forward to Black Friday sales, because that can maybe help them survive into the next year. So this is a hand-turn pen from a company called Jim's Diamond Painting Pens. So you can get some really fancy pens, and you have a lot of options. You can tell them what shape you want, which blank you want, which a little rectangle that's not hand turned yet is called a blank. So it's a little piece of resin that's been decorated that hasn't been turned into a pen yet. So it's in the shape of a rectangular prism, basically. It's a three-dimensional rectangle that then they put on the pen turner and spin and cut the shape into the pen and then polish it. So that's what this is. I paid about $45 for this pen. So this is a special diamond painting pen, and it is my main one that I use because of that. And this one also, the ends come out there. I've got a little washi tape that I'm using to hold that end to keep it secure there. But you can put whatever little multi-placers you have in these pens typically, but there are several companies on Etsy that you can browse and shop to get a really special diamond painting pen They can be a little bit pricey, but like I said, it's a special thing, and that's why maybe a set of accessories with a really special pen and a tray and all that comes in a theme could be a fun Christmas gift for a diamond painter. So I do really like this pen, but they are pricey, so not in the budget for everybody. And the other thing is, because they are custom made, they do take a little bit more time. So you'll pick your blank, you'll pick your shape, whether you have 1 bump or 2 or 3. This is a standard basic 3 bump. You can get them with 5 bumps. I prefer the 3 bump here because I can just put my fingers right there, have the bump here. It's the same shape as all these other ones. But you can get some with other shapes. You can get them with shells inside, with flowers inside, kind of like this one. You can get all sorts of pretty colors and swirls and designs. And there are some out there that make wood pens, or partial wood pens, where half of it is wood and the other half is resin. Just a lot of really neat ideas. So if you're looking for something special, a hand-turned diamond painting pen from one of the companies on Etsy would be a really good way to go, and that's ETSY, Etsy.com. And just do a search in Etsy for diamond painting pen, and a whole slew of different options in different stores will come up. This is the only one I've ever bought, so I don't want to give feedback or recommendations on different companies because I've only used this one company. So I prefer to spend more money on diamond paintings than accessories, which is why I have only one. But if your diamond painter is using something like this, or maybe just using one and they only have one pen, they could probably still use a backup in case there breaks, or maybe they just don't feel like they have the money to spend on a really cool diamond painting pen, and they will appreciate it. So that's it on pens. You can go to Amazon, Etsy, your local craft store, and get just a whole different range of prices and shapes and colors. And just keep in mind the time that it can take to get them and the range of prices, and whether or not you need multi-placers or not. Next, I'm going to talk about trays, so stay tuned. All right, I'm back. Now let's talk about diamond painting trays. And for those of you that are regular diamond painters and are on my channel a lot, you're going to notice a bit of an absence of specialized trays here in my collection. So I am going to struggle just a little bit to show all the options out there because I don't invest money in trays. I tend to just use what comes with the kits because, again, I'd rather spend more money on diamond paintings than on fancy trays, but I know there are many diamond painters out there who have certain preferences and prefer certain types of trays and certain small shops on Etsy that sell trays. But let's get started. So most diamond paintings come with something called a toolkit. They could look like this. This is a Diamond Art Club toolkit, or they could look at like this. This is one that I believe I got from the One with the Diamond Art, which is a company in the UK. Or they could look like this from Dreamer Designs, or this, a budget-friendly toolkit. So the point is that every toolkit that you get with a diamond painting does have some sort of tray. Now these trays, these are the lowest level, the most budget-friendly trays, and honestly, they're not good at all. So if your diamond painter is using these trays, they definitely need an upgrade. And that's because these trays have diagonal edges here, and they're not very stable, so they're very easy to dump over. It's hard to get the diamonds to line up because the little lines on that tray are just very, very small and shallow and not very good at lining them up. And they're also really small. So if your diamond painter is using a lot of these, they probably could use a really good tray upgrade. Now, a lot of slightly stepped up toolkits like this one come with a tray that looks like this. I think a lot of people call them Moskva trays because I think that's a company that makes them. But as you can see, they're a little bit wider, not a whole lot bigger, but a little bit wider. They do have a pour spout. They do have lines to try to line up the diamonds, but they're still really small. And if you're trying to hold this, I happen to be left-handed, so I hold the tray in my right hand. It's poking me there in my hand as I'm trying to shake and use the tray. So again, if your diamond painter is using a lot of these that are this shape, they probably could use a tray upgrade as a gift. So then let's move up a little bit. This is an older style Diamond Art Club company tray. These come with Diamond Art Club kits of the past. They have since switched their trays, but they're a little bit better than these other ones. They have a little bit taller sides, which is important when you're shaking because you don't want your drills to spill out all over the place. So the back and the sides, you want them to be a little bit taller so that you're not spilling your drills all over the place. They do have a pour spout, and I don't have it with me right here, but the Diamond Art Club, both the older and the newer trays, have a little stopper that you can stick at the end so that your drills aren't spilling out. I tend to not use the stopper. But even if your person uses these larger trays, and you can see the size difference here as we continue to go up, they could probably still use an upgrade unless they tell you that that's their favorite tray. So that's where paying attention and talking and looking at their stash and their work area can really help you. But these trays, they're okay, but you can still do better. So next we'll talk about Dreamer Designs. This is another company that sells premium diamond painting. A Dreamer Designs tray, instead of a pour spout, it has a little snap there. But these are much larger, which means that you can get a lot of diamonds in there and shake them down. Those lines inside are really good for lining up diamonds. And these don't have the pokey pour spout that hurts in your hand there. So I do like these for large areas of using a single color. But these are still just free with the kit there. It says Dreamer Designs on the back. And this one actually is pretty large for me. I don't like to use really large ones unless I need a gazillion of a certain color. So this again is free with the kit. So if your person is using a lot of these trays, maybe they still need an upgrade. Okay, so let's talk about, move all that to the side. We're getting near the end here. This tray. Now this is what comes in the very latest Diamond Art Club kits. This is a smaller one. This is a bigger one in here, but it's the same concept. This is a little bit fancier tray. Now we're really stepping up here because these have a sliding cover. So if you have animals, say cats, that jump on tables where your diamond painter works, this is actually what, no, that's for the bigger tray, but this is how the stopper works on these. So you can put a stopper in, you can slide the top on, and the diamonds in there are protected until the next time you go back and do diamond painting again. So it covers the diamonds from getting dust or dog hair or a cat throwing them around. So these are a little bit better. Any diamond painting tray with a cover is an upgrade. However, these still have a little bit of a problem in that the back end here, in order to have this sliding cover, is very low, very shallow, which means it's really easy to shake the drills out of the back. So I do use these on occasion. They don't have the really pokey pour spout. They're a pretty good size, and you can see those lines in there to help line the diamonds up. They're pretty big and pretty good for lining diamonds up. The problem with these trays is that lowered back end that lets the diamonds spill out the back if you shake it too hard. So even if your person is using these trays, they could probably use an upgrade. Okay, so let's talk about upgrades then. What are the options? Well, these are probably the most budget friendly that I know of out there. These come in a set of 10 from a company called Artdot, A-R-T-D-O-T. I will have it in the links below. But you can buy these on Amazon, which means you can get them, if you live in a big city, you can get them the same day. If you live in a more rural area like me, probably about 2 days. But they come in a set of 10 with a couple other accessories, and that's the small and the large ones. They have little ends here to attach them to each other. You can slide them on like that and have them attach. I don't use that feature, but it is there. But a set of 10 of these can go a long way. So 2 boxes, a set of 20 is enough to almost kit up an entire project in trays. Now the downside of these, they say no cats allowed on the bottom, but they don't have a top. So if you're worried about animals getting into the diamonds, these may not be the best option, but these usually cost $10 or less for an entire set of 10 trays, which is a good deal. And Amazon also has several other budget-friendly diamond painting trays. If you go on Amazon and type diamond painting pen or diamond painting trays, you'll get a whole series of options, but just notice that these don't have covers on them, but they do have the taller edges all the way around, so the diamonds don't spill out. They do have good ridges inside, which helps line up the diamonds, and they do have 2 different sizes. This is actually the tray I use the most out of all my diamond painting trays because it's small, fits in my hand, and I do a lot of diamond paintings with just little bits of color, changing out colors a bunch, what we call confetti or high color kits. So this tray is actually perfect for me, and less than 10 bucks for an entire set, so you don't have to get pricey. But if you do want to get a little pricey and get something special, this is a custom diamond painting tray. This comes from a British company over in the UK called Add More Zest, and it has that neat diamond shape to it. This is 3D printed from that shop. It has really good ridges on it, and it does have a stopper, although I don't have it here, that goes on this end, and it comes in several sizes. So this is the largest of a 3-size set that I got from Add More Zest, and they come in various colors, and they do color changes all the time where you can get all sorts of different shades and colors. So Add More Zest makes these really cool trays, but there are even better. So I do have 1 set of fancy trays here. I don't have any others because, like I said, I spend my money on diamond paintings rather than accessories. Doesn't mean I wouldn't want another cool tray. It just means that I don't have them because I don't personally spend my money in that way. So what options are there? Well, again, go to Etsy, the small shop crafting website, and do a search for diamond painting trays, and you'll find so many companies with so many options. A lot of them have magnetic tops that sit on top and are held down by a magnet, so they're really hard for a kitty or a toddler to spill or dump over, and you can stack them. There are things called tray towers, which are shelves that hold trays, so you could kit up an entire diamond painting in trays, so you don't even have to pour from bottles or bags or anything, and they can all sit in this fancy tower. So there are lots of tray related options for your diamond painter, and again, if you're looking for a matching set, you can find all sorts of colors, glitter or not, just so many options out there on special trays that are made for diamond painters. And just keep in mind though, if you do buy a special tray on Etsy, it could take a week or maybe even 2 weeks to get to you, especially if they're special 3D printed, because you got to give a little bit more time for the special artist trays, just like you do with the pens. So that's it for trays. I'm going to talk briefly about washi tape. What is washi tape? I've got a couple examples here. Washi tape is a really budget-friendly gift for a diamond painter, and it's basically fancy masking tape that's really thin. So this is just like masking tape, but you get lots of different colors and designs of the washi tape, and diamond painters use this for all sorts of things. So they used to come free with a lot of diamond painting kits. This one came from Diamond Art Club. Diamond Art Club no longer offers washi tape in their newer kits. Tape is just barely sticky, this washi tape, and you use it to put around the edges of a diamond painting. I got an example here. This is one I've been working on, and it's sticky around the edges because the glue extends beyond the diamond painting area. So when we're working on a diamond painting, we can take this tape here and just put it around the edges, and that'll keep the dog hair and the dust off of our diamond painting while we're working on it. So that's one of the uses. So if you look around, if you have access to where your diamond painter does their work and you see this a lot, then they probably could use some more washi tape. And if you're doing a matching accessory set, then there are so many options of really pretty washi tape out there. So I don't have my bag within reach here, but I have a whole bag of washi tape. So that's another thing. You can look around the accessory area or where your person works and see if they have a huge bag of washi tape, because if they do, then maybe they don't need some. But if you're doing a matching set, it's just an added little cool touch to add to the matching set. So a single roll of washi tape is really, really cheap, probably $1 or less, but they sell them in sets often. So you can go on Amazon or any craft store and check in the scrapbook area, and you'll find entire boxes and sets of different washi tape with different themes and everything like that. So it is an option to just add a couple little goodies there to a set for pretty cheap. So a good stocking stuffer idea. So that's washi tape. All right, I'm back and I'm ready to talk about diamond painting storage. So if you're not real familiar with diamond painting, you have a bunch of different colors of diamonds that you need to put in order of some kind in order to be able to access them and switch colors to do a diamond painting. And there are a ton of different storage options out there, and I happen to use all of them. So I have a ton of different storage options here that I can show you, and also explain which types of diamond painters might use different ones and why. So this is where observing and talking and seeing what the workshop or work area of your diamond painter looks like, because that'll give you some idea of what type of diamond paintings they typically do, which may indicate what type of storage they like, and also what they have and don't have. So if you see stacks of storage containers that are empty, maybe they don't need storage. But if you see stacks of diamond paintings and they are only working on maybe 2 or 3 at a time because they don't have enough storage to work on more than one, then maybe a storage container or 2 or 5 is a good option. So I'm going to start from most basic up to the more complex. But the one thing to keep in mind with storage is how many different colors a diamond painting has. So that's where the type of diamond paintings that your person does matters. So this is a budget-friendly diamond painting kit here. This is a size 30 by 30. It's unbranded, so you don't know what company did it. This is what you often buy on budget-friendly overseas companies, and they run anywhere from $4 to 10, 15, 20. They're not very expensive, but that means you get a lot of diamond paintings for your money. And they also typically only have 20 to 40 colors. Some of them go higher than 40, but typically you don't have as many colors, which means you don't need as much storage for any one diamond painting. So if you see a lot of budget-friendly diamond paintings being done, then maybe storage isn't quite the same issue that it is for somebody doing premium diamond paintings, which come in the boxes and are labeled Diamond Art Club, Dreamer Designs, or Oraloa. There are a ton of different companies out there. If your diamond painting person is pulling out boxes and doing really large diamond paintings, I've got one over here. Let's see if I can get it in the camera view. So this is what I'm working on. Typically the canvas will have some sort of branding at the top, list the company. They're much larger and they typically have more colors. This one's actually pretty small for colors. This one's only got 46 colors, but some of the ones I do go as high as 180 or more colors, and that affects my storage, which is why I have all these different options. So let's jump into it so this video isn't too long. So when I work on a budget-friendly diamond painting, like this one I'm doing, I'm usually doing them pretty quick. I do a lot of product reviews for these different companies, so I work on a lot of small ones, and I will just kit them up in little baggies. And some of these budget-friendly ones already come kitted up in Ziploc bags, and they don't need to be kitted up. So I don't mind working from baggies for these ones that just take a day or two to do with not that many colors, because I can look through 20 bags just fine. So if your diamond painter is mostly a budget-friendly diamond painter, where they get most of them on Amazon or overseas companies, then baggies are something very useful. So the kits will come with small bags of baggies, but that's usually not enough to kit up a whole diamond painting. So you'll get maybe 10 or 15 baggies in a set. So I buy from the jewelry department of craft stores, I buy these bags of 100 baggies, and I have several bags of 100 baggies. And this is what I use to kit up my extras and put them in my leftover storage and all that. So I go through a lot of these baggies, as well as just plain white stickers. So this is what I use a lot. You can get these things at Walmart or wherever, just basic stickers here, or labels, and baggies. So this is, again, really cheap stocking stuffer type thing. These baggies run maybe a couple dollars for a set of 100, and the stickers here, again, a couple dollars for a big set of stickers. So that's the most basic. Now the second level was actually hard for me to find. I used to use a lot of these, but I don't use them very much anymore. And you can find these at craft stores or on Amazon, and you can buy stacks of 10 of these pretty cheap. But there is a problem that I don't like with these particular containers, and that's that they come in stacks of 4 here that are stuck together, so you cannot separate them. And if you're a diamond painter and you want to sort your diamonds either by number or by symbol or by color, you can't do that with these. You have to decide before you ever fill them with the diamonds, you have to decide what order you want to put them in. So I don't like these, but they are a cheap option that are out there. One of these boxes will cost maybe $2 regular price, but you can buy whole stacks of them on Amazon for really, really cheap. They are an option. As you can see, they have stickers on them. I did use them when I was starting out, but I don't like them because the containers are stuck together. So if you're looking at different container options, one of the things you want to keep in mind is that each little container is individual, so that they can be moved around and sorted in various ways, because this limits what you can do with them. But this one will hold, let's see, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28 different colors. So this would do, just one of these would do a budget-friendly diamond painting. But if you got into the bigger ones, probably not so well, because these containers are small. They don't hold very many diamonds. So you'd probably need at least 4 of these to be able to do one of the premium diamond paintings. And just not the best option, but it is an option. Oh, I probably should have shown this one. Talk about budget-friendly here. This is another budget-friendly diamond painting that I was working on, and I just sorted my baggies with these little white cards, and they were already kitted up in these little baggies, so I just used white cards. And this is just a little aluminum cake pan that I got at the dollar store. So you can go really budget-friendly and still have good organized diamonds. So here's just blank cards that I wrote the numbers and the symbols on, and I just put the baggie behind that so that I can keep them sorted and find them, because this one did have more colors than 20. I'm not sure, I don't want to go through and count them all, but it was hard to keep all those baggies organized, so that is an option. I tried them all. Okay, so next we'll move on to tic-tac containers, as we call them. And those look like this. So these are individual here, but they look like empty tic-tac containers. These are okay. You can get a lot for a pretty cheap price. The problem is these containers don't hold very much. So I've actually used these, and I put little stickers on them with DMC numbers. But the other thing is that the tops can come open pretty easily, so you can spill diamonds from them. I do use them from time to time, just not very often. But where I do use them is with the diamond paintings that have 180 to 200 colors or more, because you can get a box as high as 60 or 80. So that means you only need 2 boxes to do a diamond painting with a lot of different colors. And typically those diamond paintings with a lot of different colors don't have too many of any individual color. So here's a little bit bigger set. And again, same containers, but the tops can sometimes pop open. But they're pretty easy to fill because the whole top comes undone like that. But the sticker area to put the number and symbol is pretty small as well. But they are handy, and I do buy them still. I do use them because of some of my high-end or high-color diamond paintings, where I can have 2 or 3 of these containers sitting out and be able to access and see all my different colors. So those can be useful. How about any Harbor Freight fans out there? You can get these containers at Harbor Freight, and these run maybe $5 or $6. And what's good about these is there are 24 different containers, but they are bigger. So I'm not going to open this whole package and make all that noise in front of you, but they have the little snap top on here. And one of those containers will hold several diamonds of a certain color. The problem is there's only 24 little containers in one of these. So if you're doing a premium diamond painting with 70 colors or more, you're going to need 3 of these to kit it up. So these are an option though. Every time I find out my hubby's going to Harbor Freight, or if I'm there with him, I will sneak to that back corner where they have their little storage, and I will grab 1 or 2 of these and bring them home. So I always have some spare storage. So they are still good, and they are very affordable. The lids snap and stay closed, and it's easy to fit a sticker on there. So I do use these quite a bit actually, and they're local. So you can run to your Harbor Freight in town if you need a last minute gift and include that as part of your little accessory kit. Very affordable, very useful. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to the premium storage options. Let's talk about beading containers. Let me make a little bit more room here. So if you go to the beading section of a craft store, you'll find several options. And these are all pretty good because they come out of the container and they are individually separated. Now there are some beading options out there where they aren't separated or they're stuck together like that other one I showed you. Those aren't as good. So if they kind of screw together, or they don't even have any way to pull individual containers out, they will not be a good option. So the little plastic trays that hold like floss for embroidery, those are not a good option because you can't pour a container if they're all stuck together. So these are options. These are bigger containers. I got this at Michael's, and these are nice big containers that hold a lot of beads with the screw top to keep them secure and plenty of space on there to put a sticker, and it has the lid on top to close them up. So these are all really good, but they do cost just a little bit more. Now these big containers are nice, however, you'll see there's only 12 in here. So for a diamond painting of 50 or 60 colors, it may not be the best, except you can include the bigger amounts of colors in these and then use other containers for the smaller amounts that hold more. So you can do a mix and match with these different bead containers. So I could use this one for a diamond painting that maybe had lots of black and blue or some sort of background color that there were lots of diamonds, and use maybe 1 or 2 containers for just that one color. And then for the smaller amounts, I can use one of these. Now this holds 30. And you can see I made my own stickers for these. This is a kit that I was working on here. And I just wrote the number and the color, and there we go. But you can see they're not very big. They don't hold very many. So sometimes I have overflow, and that's a package of leftover beads that didn't fit in my container that are waiting till I use up what's in here. And then once these are empty, I can pour more in. So even though they're small and won't hold all the diamonds for a lot of colors. They are still useful because there are 30 in here and 24, I believe, in this. I really like these. These look a little bit larger. They hold the stickers really well. They're flat, but they do still hold a fair amount of beads. I use these a lot. So I get these. You can find them at Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and they're pretty affordable, especially with Black Friday sales. You can a lot of times find them 40–50% off. So that runs them usually $5 to $7 for a full set. So it may take me 3 or 4 of these for a particular high-end diamond painting, but they stack really well because they are pretty narrow. You can stack 4 or 5 of these, and all the diamonds are secure in these screw tops. So if a cat or a toddler were to knock this over, as long as they don't open the lids, they're fine, and they won't spill the diamonds out, and my diamond painting is fine. So I love all these different size bead containers, but you won't find them in a diamond painting section. You'll find them in the bead section of any store. So check them out. There are plenty of options there. Now we're going to move to the good stuff. I mean, those are good. But if you want to spend a lot of money or have access that I don't here in San Angelo, this is called, commonly in the diamond painting world, an Elizabeth Ward container. And you may see these around the work area of your person that you're looking to buy for. And that means that they really like the higher end diamond painting containers. But these are more expensive. You can buy an off-brand of the same thing. Joann Fabric sells them. You can find them on Amazon. The off-brands usually run about 20 bucks, maybe $25. And then the true Elizabeth Ward containers will run $40 or $50. But the good thing about these is the different sized containers. So if you're kitting up a project with a lot of background, but also lots of small amounts of colors, these are perfect because, as you can see, you can move them around, you can adjust them. This diamond painting has lots of this dark blue color, so they all fit there. You can kit up an entire diamond painting in just one of these, sometimes 2, and then you have a lot less to carry if you're taking it with you somewhere. But you can also buy the individual containers. You can find them on Amazon, Joann Fabrics, and Joann has an online store as well as Michael's. And you just have to look around a little bit, look for Elizabeth Ward containers or bead storage containers, and these may pop up. You can buy packs of like 5 of these, or a few of these, or a few of these. You can buy individual containers that makes this a lot more adjustable. So it depends on the diamond painting, on how you choose the different sizes that fit in your Elizabeth Ward container. So here's another size. So in this one, I have at least 4 different sizes here, and I can move them around by color, by DMC number, by all sorts of different ways I can organize these. And this one, actually, I had to use 2 containers for that 939 color because I had so many. But it gives a lot of flexibility in how you kit something up and the sizes of containers that you need and all that. It's just really, really nice. But they are expensive, anywhere from $25 to $50, depending on if it's a name brand or the off-brand. And you can sometimes find them on Temu for less than $20. So you just have to look around a little bit. But if you do order from Temu or overseas sites, expect a couple weeks before they come in, and maybe around Christmas time, 2 to 3 weeks, depending on what local post offices are able to do. So this is an Elizabeth Ward container, as we call it. Lots of options, plenty of room for stickers, very well sealed. They open like that so that your diamonds don't spill. But yeah, I love these things. They're just expensive, so I don't buy them that often. And finally, we have the diamond painting cases. And this is from a company called Paintsomeway. This is a smaller one, but these are very portable and very good for taking on trips or wherever, and also keeping little ones and kitties out of diamond paintings. So this is an entire kit that I have kitted up in this series of containers. So I've got my diamond paintings here that fit up here. If your person does a lot of mini diamond paintings, they may already have one of these, or they may want one of these. And then you have your toolkit in here, your overflow. Here I've got my wax over here, so everything fits in that part, and then all my diamonds fit in here. Now this one is a mini one, which means the bottles are small here, and I think there are 30. Yes, there are 30 in this one. So this is good for my mini kits, and that's what I have it for specifically, because there's only 30 colors I can fit in there. But it is a nice little set, and it has a carry handle, so that makes it portable, and I can take it different places. Now, for those of you that are diamond painters that like unboxings, this just came in the mail for me yesterday. So I have yet to open this. So you're going to enjoy this one with me. But there are several companies that sell these with various sizes. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them on Artdot website, which is one of the companies that does a lot of accessories. You can find them in a lot of places. This was from Fansells. It came from overseas. And I think I paid like $25 for this one, but it's the same concept of the little one, just a bit bigger. And they come as big as 420 bottles, which is an entire DMC color set. So you can get them from 30 to 60 to 120, 240, and finally 440, I think, or 420. Anyway, they come with a lot of different sizes. But what's nice about these bigger ones is that the bottles are bigger, and they come with a lot of cool accessories to go with them. So this is the size of bottle that comes with the full size or larger containers like this one. It's got a zipper to seal it. It's got the handle on here. Pretty design on there. So if you have somebody that likes butterflies or green or whatever, you can get some covers here that are really, really pretty. So we have all our bottles here. This one I think is a 60 set, and the foam will come out. So if you're working on a kit and you have one of these with 120, you can pull each section out and lay them out around you, and then when you're done, put them back in here. So if your diamond painter does a lot of the premium ones or the ones with a lot of colors, these are a good option because they can close up nicely, stay safe, but then spread out with so many bottles in them. So a set of 120 will really get you most diamond paintings. Set of 60, like this one, is also pretty good, but there may be a few that don't fit, in which case I'd just stick the little baggies in here. But this one came with a bunch of accessories, including this handy roller, which you can use to push down all your diamonds after you're done. We have a nice square tray here with no opening, so you can't spill any beads out. Really tall edge and very tall little ridges in there. Then we have this kit, which actually has a funnel. That's what this is. Take a quick look at this. So this folds up to be nice and portable, but you can push it open and it becomes a funnel, which helps you pour and fill those containers with diamonds without spilling them all over the place. So I do like the funnels from time to time. They're just sometimes a little bit of a bother for me to go hunt it down. So I don't always use them, but I do like them. Then we have, of course, one of these baby trays. It looks like a couple of them. I don't use those. Then we have a scraper. This is used to flatten the cover, the plastic cover that comes over the top of diamond paintings, or spread maybe some diamond painting sealer on a diamond painting after you're done. So that can be kind of handy. Then we've got tweezers. These are plastic, not very good. Usually diamond painting kits that are squares come with a good set of tweezers. Then we have several basic diamond painting pens. We've got the baggies and wax. We'll talk about wax and putty here near the end. I think that may be what's next on my list here. But in any case, several little accessories here that come with some of these. And we have a bag here with more goodies in it. So this is like a small project bag. that you can put the canvases in. But inside we have more baggies. We got a fancier diamond painting pen. There's one of those blue ones with some plastic tips there. We got another set of tweezers, some squishies for the pens here. So just a whole slew of different things. I'll put that in there. And then stickers for the bottles. So a lot of these will have two different prices for the same size, and the difference in prices is usually based on whether they come with all these little accessories or not. So if you have a diamond painter that's been doing it for a while, they probably don't need all these little accessories, but it is kind of fun to go through. That's actually a pretty heavy roller there. And this side zips up to hold everything in place, and then you've got all your storage here. So that's pretty much covers storage options. So that's another thing where it's probably best to kind of observe what your person has or talk to them and see their storage situation before you go and invest any real money in storage. Some people like these kind of containers here, some don't. My preference is usually these bead ones. Usually the 30 set will get the smaller ones, but I think my more favorite one is these because they're flatter and they hold more beads in each container. And then also my real favorite though are indeed the Elizabeth Ward containers. They're just pretty expensive. So that covers storage. Let's see, what's next is we're going to talk about cover papers and cover minders next. So I got my little list here, so hold on just a sec and I'll clean up this mess. All right, hopefully you're still sticking with me. We're very near the end here. So next we're going to talk about cover minders and cover papers, and this may again require a little bit of intel on your part, although I think most diamond painters will find these items useful no matter what. So if you see a lot of diamond paintings like this with the clear plastic cover on them with maybe some washi tape, which we already went over sticking on them, then your person probably doesn't use cover papers, but it may be worth a look to see if you see this clear cover on the diamond painting versus something like this with these little white papers stuck all over the diamond painting. So these little papers that are stuck on a diamond painting are called cover papers. And what you do is you take that clear plastic cover off and replace it with these little white papers, or not white necessarily. I'll show you some options there. And these are in small sections, so your diamond painter can just uncover a small area and work on it. And it helps kind of focus where you're doing your diamond painting instead of having the whole thing exposed to the air and dust and pet hair and all that, and lose some of the sticky if your hand is going across it. So these are called cover papers, and they are instead of the clear plastic. And these little goodies here, these magnets, are called cover minders, and they are used often if the person that diamond paints keeps the clear plastic cover on. So that's one of the intel things that you might have to figure out is, do you see these white papers all over their diamond painting on their work area, or do you see the clear plastic and these strange looking magnets all around? So these magnets used to come free with Diamond Art Club. They still come free with a couple premium companies, but these are called cover minders, and they are a double magnet deal here. So you got this little cool design thing on the top, and then a magnet is glued to the bottom, and then it has a second little flat magnet. So the idea is you fold back the plastic, put this on top, and this goes underneath the diamond painting and helps hold this magnet on, which holds the plastic cover out of the way so that you can work in an area. So these again, cover minders, and there are several different. This is where you can have a lot of fun when you're creating an accessory set, because you can go on that store, Etsy, the online market there, and find cover minders. Just do a search for cover minder or needle minder, because needle pointers use the same thing for holding their needles on their needlepoint fabric. So cover minders or needle minders, and you can do that search and find just a ton of options. Here's one I actually made using a diamond painting there, although the magnet is a bit different here. It's a full magnet and then just use a small one underneath to hold it. So these are just various options of cover minder magnets, but it's always fun to pick a favorite subject matter, color, design, even seasonal ones. It would be cool to have like one for every month. So you pick whatever holiday is in each month and find a cover minder for that particular month. So January could be a snowflake. February, of course, something related to Valentine's Day, so something like this heart or this rose would be great. And maybe have a one for every month cover minder set. That would be really cool. And you can make them yourself, as I did with this one. So those are cover minders. And again, that's when you use the clear plastic cover and just cut out a little section and fold it back and use the cover minder to hold the plastic back while you work. The advantage to that is when you're done, you can fold the plastic back over and protect the diamond painting until you're ready to work on it again. So cover papers are the ones that will stick and re-stick to a diamond painting and cover up an area so your eyes aren't wandering beyond the little area you're working from. They come in different sizes and different types of decorations and pictures on them. And some are one-sided, some are two-sided. So you can see kind of this shiny coating. That's what keeps the paper from staying stuck down. So it's only a temporary stick, kind of like what you find on the back of any stickers that are stuck on paper. So this is a double-sided piece of cover paper because it's shiny on both sides. So it doesn't matter which way I flip it, which does make it easier. So let's talk about cover papers and sizes and where you get them. So this is a set that I got on Amazon, and it came with 3 different sizes in it. So having size variation is nice because you can cut them down, or depends on the size of the diamond painting. Now this one is a single-sided because it's shiny on one side and very dull on the other. So they're a little bit trickier to use because if you stick the wrong side down on your diamond painting, you could mess it up and have paper stuck to it. So the cheaper you go, the more budget-friendly they may be, but also the more potentially dangerous to your diamond painting if you get the wrong side. So this is a set I got on Amazon. They usually come in packs of 100. They're pretty cheap. This is a set that came with the diamond painting that I bought. Again, you can see it's dull on this side but shiny on this side, but very large and can be cut down. Now this is a set that you can get at some of the craft stores. You can buy them online. I got these at my Hobby Lobby. These are Diamond Art Club cover papers, but again, they're shiny on one side, kind of dull on the other. They came in a package of 200 for like $6, $7. I don't remember, but they are reusable. So I do use these from time to time to cover smaller diamond paintings or smaller areas. Now, since I am a content creator that's showing several different companies' diamond paintings, I don't use these for that because then I'm advertising a different company than the one I'm doing the video for. So I actually prefer the plain ones. So these come from a company called Artdot, and these are really cheap as well, and they come with several other accessories, which make them nice. So these are the Artdot cover papers. They are double-sided, so you don't have to worry about figuring out which side is which. And they are reusable. They come in a package of 200, but they also come with other accessories, and you can get them on Amazon with the really quick delivery. And I think there are 200 in the package. So those are all the budget-friendly options. But you can go fancy as well. And I'm going to bring up Etsy again because that's where some of these came from. So if you have a diamond painter that already has the basics and is looking for something special, then you can go on Etsy and find handmade cover papers for diamond painters. Just do a search for diamond painting cover papers or just cover papers. These come from a particular store. You can see the shiny on the back, but obviously you don't have to worry about the double-sided issue because you want the picture to show on the front. So these are fun Starry Night ones because I do a lot of Van Gogh diamond paintings, so I bought this set. This is just a small sampling of the set, but they have all these different pictures on it, and depending on how many come in the set, you might need to buy 2 for your favorite diamond painter of a particular set, so they have enough to completely cover a large diamond painting. These would cover a small one, wouldn't be enough to cover a large one. So you'd want 2 sets if they do a lot of big diamond paintings. But these are some of the specialty ones that you can find on Etsy, and they may take a week or even 2 weeks to get to you because they probably have to print them out. So these are usually printed on special paper. These are really thick. They last a long time, so they are worth the money. Here's another set from that same company, and I have it here. This company was Bee's Crafty Corner, where both of these sets came from. These are butterflies with different little butterfly scenes, and they are very thick with the shiny side. So Bee's Crafty Corner was one I shopped from, and those are, I've only bought 4 sets total of cover papers ever. These 2 sets from Bees, and then these 2 sets. And these came from Crafts with Crashly, I believe is the name of the store, but I bought these last year for Advent. These are a Christmas countdown set here, and they're all out of order right now. Haven't tried to fix them. So I divided a diamond painting last year into 24 different sections and did one every day through the month of December leading up to Christmas. So these again have the one-sided shiny. They're pretty thick. I was able to reuse them, so I have them ready and available for this year. So they are a good investment, even though it seems like you're paying a little bit for paper that may seem kind of silly, but to your diamond painter, oh, these would be really cool. So these came in an envelope, and it came with stickers and some other goodies. So these small shops usually package things really nice. So this was my gingerbread cookie advent, and then I also have the sugar cookie advent set here, and these are mostly Santa Claus here, but some really neat fancy pictures that are printed really well. So that is the options for cover papers. So if you're doing like an accessory set, you could really go to town and find some really neat options for cover papers that would make diamond painting just a little bit more special, or the cover minders, the magnets. So I'm just about done here. We're going to cover wax and putty, and then we're going to maybe cover sealer. I'm not sure we need to go that far, but that's what I have left. So stay tuned for the next one. All right, let's get to the end of this video. So we are up to wax and putty, which is the stuff you stick into a diamond painting pen to make the drills stick temporarily so you can move them from the tray to the canvas. And I have, well, that one's not full. There we go. This one has some putty in there, and this pen has some wax on that side. So diamond painters have different preferences, and that's what makes this another tricky thing to buy for somebody. So it's worth checking out or asking questions or just peeking at their work area to see what they might have. So we'll talk quickly about some of the options. If you see a lot of these are the kind of wax that comes with kits. This kind of wax usually comes free in storage containers, or maybe, oh, where did this come from? I think this was a storage container that I bought that had some extra wax, or maybe a paint pen or a diamond painting pen may come with some extra wax. But wax comes in different colors and shapes, and if you get a Diamond Art Club kit, they come with the heart-shaped wax. So wax is a basic supply, and it's okay. It'll work. It's just not necessarily the best stuff, at least not the stuff that comes in a kit. So this one comes in Diamond Dots. This one comes in Dreamer Designs. This comes in Diamond Art Club. You'll recognize them for the different colors, and the really budget-friendly stuff comes in squares. So that's the basic wax. So if you see a lot of that around, then maybe your diamond painter has not tried any of the different ways that you can load your pen and do diamond painting. So you can also buy special wax on Etsy from companies that make it. And this is actually one of my favorites to use. And this comes from Randa's Crafty Corner. The scent here is Mountain Rain, and this is a sticky wax. So it is still wax, but it is very sticky and lasts a long time. So I really like it. You can tell I use it a lot. It's pretty scratched up there. And those dark marks in there are little bits of putty and old wax that transfer from my pen when I scrape it across to fill it. This is also a pad of wax that I bought on Etsy. It comes in this little tray that slides, and you can see I've not used it as much, but I have used it in a multi-placer and slid it across. I think this also comes from Randa's Craft. No, wait, this is Patty Wax is the name of this. So check on Etsy, do a search for diamond painting wax, and you'll find all these different wax choices. And then this is super sticky Patty Wax that I got free with buying that other one. So that is wax. And then there's putty, and putty is used typically in multi-placers. That's what I have here in mine, that blue putty right there. Putty lasts longer and it fits better in the long skinny multi-placers. And there are also several Etsy stores that you can buy putty. So this one comes with Diamond Art Club toolkit. This is Diamond Art Club putty. They also sell big pads of putty on their website. I find it to be a bit too sticky, and that's why this is unused. Plus I have several of them, but some people do like it. And if you have putty that's too sticky, you can mix a little cornstarch in with it, and it's maybe not quite so sticky, but that's what you can buy from Diamond Art Club. One of my favorite putties is this one right here. This comes from the company Artdot. You can get this on Amazon, and one of the things I like about it, it is a huge pad of putty, and that's what's in this pen. Works great on all types of diamonds and everything that I need it for, and it costs like $8 for this entire big thing of putty. This is gonna last me for years, and it comes with a little pokey tool to help fit the putty into the multi-placer. Now putty, this stuff is just like what you buy to hang pictures temporarily on like dorm room doors. And you can even buy blue tack or museum tack or different types. They sell the white version at Hobby Lobby and other craft stores really cheap, and you can add your own fragrances, colors, and a little bit of cornstarch to it to make your own putty. I've done that before. But this is really good from Artdot, and this will last forever. So I do recommend this one. It'll do the special AB drills, or shiny drills as we call it, as well as regular diamonds with no trouble at all. And then you can buy specialty wax, or this is putty, sorry about that, specialty putty like this. And this one is unscented, but you can get various different scents. You can get a series of like 3 or 4 of these together in a package on Amazon, or you can buy them on Etsy. And I don't have any other packages right now because I've gone through the ones I had, and I don't have any left anymore since I used that Artdot putty. But this is kind of what the package looks like. There'll be different colors like pink or purple, and it'll have a pad of wax like this. And there are other companies out there that do really specialty waxes that come in rainbow stripes and different colors and all that. They can get pretty fancy with their little pads of wax and different scents. So it's good to know if your person that diamond paints likes something that smells good, or if they have trouble working with something that smells. This is odorless, obviously. Very plain Jane, but really does the job. So check Etsy. Another thing that diamond painters like to use, especially in their single placer, is micro glue dots. So not the regular size, but the micro glue dots, because they will fit inside this little hole in the pen. And I do keep them, I do use them from time to time, but they're just little pieces of adhesive. These are full size, but I have micro glue dots. I just don't say glue dots on them. I just have them in a roll, but they're really sticky. See, like this. And you can stuff that in your pen and it'll keep it stick for a really long time, and you can finish a whole small diamond painting with just one glue dot. So that's why glue dots are very popular. So let's circle back around now. We've talked about an initial talk about diamond paintings. Then we talked about pens and trays, washi tape, storage, cover papers, cover minders, wax and putty. I'm going to skip sealer. Usually Mod Podge or Artdot diamond painting sealer will work. But I wanted to end by talking about diamond paintings again, kind of circle back around and mention customs and a little bit more about diamond paintings, just in case you decide that that's the route you want to go. So I mentioned budget-friendly diamond paintings. So if you look in the stash of your diamond painter, or you talk to them, you may see diamond paintings like this. There's no branding on there. They usually have a number or a code, and they're usually smaller. These are budget-friendly diamond paintings. And this is like an example of some of the drills or diamonds that come in a budget-friendly diamond painting. So I will have a list below of all the companies that I work with on a regular basis where I've done reviews on various diamond paintings that they have sent me. They all have really good Black Friday sales that are going on already. It's not quite Black Friday, but they will probably continue into early December. So Black Friday is usually these days stretched on pretty far to get people to buy things at a discount. I also have discount codes for some of them, but I think a lot of the sales discount codes right now work better than what I have to offer, but I will put them all below. So these are budget-friendly diamond paintings if they look like this. They're smaller, they have that code, they don't have a certain name brand on them, and at the bottom they have basic instructions. Now, if you don't see any of these being worked on or in your person's stash, then they may not care much for the budget-friendly. Budget-friendly usually means more limited quality, especially on the diamonds. They might be acrylic diamonds rather than resin. The tool, trying to throw things around here. The toolkit will be very basic, and they are a good deal though, because your money can go a lot farther. You can buy them on Temu, you can buy them on the budget-friendly sites, and you can get a lot of diamond paintings for $50 to $100 because each of these may run about $5 to $10 each, so you can get a good selection. You can also find them on Amazon pretty cheap. They don't list one of the more well-known companies. They do list some company names on some of them that indicate the manufacturer or the place that's selling them on Amazon, but they don't come in a box. They come wrapped up like this in a bag, and I don't have a problem with these. I do a lot of them on my channel, but a lot of diamond painters do, especially if the images are not licensed by the artist and the artist is not getting compensated for them. So some diamond painters are really serious about that. So there are other options out there that you can even buy at your local craft store. This is a diamond dots kit. So diamond dots will come in a box like this, but you can find them on Joann Fabrics, either in the store or on the website, Michael's website. Amazon has diamond dots, and there is a diamond dots website. So diamond dots have this DD symbol. They are licensed, and they are really good quality, but most of them are round drills, and there are some square drill kits, but they're hard to find. So if you do choose to buy a diamond painting, these are some of the companies, and you can look at partial or full. So this one shows the diamond painting area is only those gnomes there and not the background. So this is considered a partial. So even though the size looks pretty big, only part of this diamond painting will be done. They usually have this softer back They have scalloped edges to keep them from fraying. And they may have special drills, and they have a little bit better toolkits. So here's an example. The background is not done, just the dwarfs there. So that is diamond dots. And this kit actually came from Walmart. So there are local stores, if you're in a pinch, that will sell those. And next we'll talk about Michael's Craft Stores and Make Market. This is a Make Market kit. They're typically in a black box. This one is the one that came with the free diamond painting pen there. This is a Christmas one. It also comes with a frame for $14.99, so they are a bit smaller. They are still somewhat budget friendly. And they're pretty good kits because they are made by Diamond Dots. So same company makes them, same pretty shiny diamonds. Those are another option. Now if you're going to order online, that's where we're heading to now. These are Paint Gem, these minis. If your person likes to have portable designs and take minis with them, this is Paint Gem minis, and they make little bitty designs here. These are ones I've finished, and they are square diamonds there. And they are just cute little ones. They come in this neat little box with all the diamonds and baggies, neat little tool kit, and they are a favorite. They run usually about $30 on sale, so you want to check the website and get them when they're on sale. There are also some copycats of Paint Gems that are on the budget-friendly sites, and they're on Temu. They can run as cheap as $6, but it is another option. And then there's a company called Diamond Art Club that I've mentioned several times. These are the minis that you can buy from Diamond Art Club. They come with the fancier toolkit. They come with the little mini canvases here and all the diamonds. And these run about $18 for 6 little diamond paintings. They are pretty small here, but you do get the fancy toolkit. So if you're going for a little bit more higher end version of a mini kit, Diamond Art Club is the spot for those. And also, this is what a Diamond Art Club box looks like. This is a small version. I got this on Amazon. Amazon does have a limited supply of Diamond Art Club kits. You can also find a few at Hobby Lobby, at Joann Fabrics. On Amazon, that's where this came from. And I think Michael's Online may sell them. Some online stores do. But really, the Diamond Art Club website has the largest number of choices on there. But these are premium kits. They come with those fancy tool kits. They come with resin drills. They are licensed, but they are more expensive. So if you see a lot of these in your person's stash, then they definitely prefer probably the premium canvases, which are a little bit more expensive. And as I said before, you probably don't want to pick out a painting, but what you can do is pick out a gift card. So Diamond Art Club sells gift cards. Amazon sells gift cards if you're not sure which company. Michael's, of course, sells gift cards. Joann's, all the different places sell gift cards so that you can let your person pick out their favorite diamond painting. And one other company that I haven't mentioned here, this is what the box looks like if it's purple like that. Well, I guess I've mentioned it in other parts. This is a Dreamer Designs box. Dreamer Designs is based in Canada, and they make some really huge diamond paintings. I like their really large ones. They also have different artists. They have some of the same, but mostly different artists than what Diamond Art Club has. But this is another premium company. They have resin drills, large paintings, really good quality. But they take about 2 weeks to get to you because they are coming in from Canada. And at the moment, there's a strike on Canada Post, but I think they're trying to ship through other means other than Canada Post. But it is another option. Or again, they sell gift cards as well. And finally, I'll talk briefly about custom diamond paintings because I did mention that. One of the things to notice with diamond paintings is the bigger the size, the better the picture comes out. So I was showing you those minis. They're pretty tiny. It's pretty hard to make out exactly what they are. This one is a little bit bigger. This is, we go by centimeters, but on inches, this one is only 16 by 13 inches. It's going to be pretty pixelated and hard to really make out the picture, but it is a little bit more affordable at this size. And then these giant ones here, they may be big, but that's to get all the detail and see all you need to for a complicated picture. So if you do decide to go the route of finding a company to do a custom diamond painting canvas for you, you can search on Google, on Amazon, on Temu, on Aliexpress. There are a lot of companies out there. One of the ones that people prefer is called Ever Moment on Aliexpress. Ever, E-V-E-R, Moment. But a custom will take a little while because you send a picture and they render it into pixel art, send it back to you for approval before they print and send the diamond painting. So you're probably right on the edge of the limit of time to do that right now. So it is a really neat option. Maybe save it for a future gift, but just know that the bigger the diamond painting, the better. The smaller, the cheaper, but also not nearly as good. So you do probably, for something really good and special like a custom, you want to invest a little bit more money to have a little bit bigger diamond painting so that the details will come out. But maybe it's best for a custom to wait till maybe you have more time, a couple months before, say, a birthday or an anniversary or something, where maybe you can take a wedding picture and turn it into a custom diamond painting or something like that as a really special gift. So hopefully this gives you some ideas for ways that you can spend either just a little bit money to a lot of money to get your special diamond painting friend or loved one something that they will really enjoy for Christmas. So we have diamond paintings, customs, we have gift cards for all these different companies, we have maybe a tool accessory kit. Go on Etsy, give some money and love to some of the small shops. I didn't mention a lot of the small shops for diamond painting kits. They're out there as well. I just don't have as many and I don't want to pull out all the boxes for all of those. You can search around or talk to a friend and find out more about some of those companies. We talked about cover minders, pens, trays, cover papers. I lost my list, so I'm trying to think of it offhand. Just all sorts of things out there that you can put a special kit together or get a gift card for diamond painting or a custom. That should give you more than enough options to think about, and you've got plenty of time still for any one of these options, and I will link below with all the information I have for various links to try in some shops that I've shopped at. But for the accessories, I really don't buy too many of those, so you might check around to other content creators out there on YouTube that might have other solutions for some of the small shops that sell some of the accessories and special diamond paintings. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you found something interesting in here, and pass it along if you are a diamond painter and have family and friends asking what in the world it is and how do you buy anything for that. Hopefully this will help everybody out. So let me know in the comments, is there something I missed, something you want maybe that I didn't cover? And let your friends and family know what you like and what you don't like, because that's probably the best way to get what you want. And also, friends and family out there, just keep your eyes and ears open. Look at what their stash looks like. Look at the work area and just ask questions, and you'll learn quite a bit about your person's personal views about diamond painting kits and where to buy them and all that. So thank you for watching, and for those of you that like my channel, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe and all that good YouTube stuff that helps these channels keep going, and I'll talk to you next time.